So this was one numerical that we haven't discussed. Okay. So the question was, there is a property that fetches a net income of rupees 900, deducting all outgoings, and we have to work out the capitalized value of the property if the rate of interest per annum is 6%. Now the formula for this is net income multiplied by years purchase. What was years purchase? It is 100 divided by 6, or 100 divided by the rate of interest. What is the meaning of years purchase? It is the money that we have to deposit in a certain bank or financial institution at that rate, which is giving us interest at this rate, 6%, 5%, whatever it is. At that rate, if we have to generate an income of rupees 1, are you getting the point? So if I have to get rupees 1 as an interest, how much money I shall have to deposit in the bank or the financial institution, whatever it is. So that is years purchase. Now, the question is saying that there is an income is 900. Okay. Now, capitalized value of the property is that way, it's given that way, that if the property, if my building that I own is giving me rupees 900 in a year, that means how much money I have to keep in a bank that will give me the same amount of income as interest. Okay. So on that basis, we find out the capitalized value of the property. It is meaning that if I have the building and I am generating some income from the building, what is the meaning that if I have some money in the bank or somewhere in a financial institution, that will give me how much money? So that is capitalized value of the property. Once again, capitalized value of a property for a building, if the building is generating some income, how much money I shall have to keep in a bank to generate the same amount of income. That is capitalized value of the property. So years purchase is the money that I still have to keep in the bank to generate an income of rupees 1, and my income is 900. So if I multiply these two, this will give me, okay, this much money, rupees 15,000 I shall have to keep in the bank at the interest rate of 6%. Then I will have an income of 900. Similarly, the building is giving me an income of 900. So that means the capitalized value of the property of the building is 900. Okay. So that is the idea of capitalized value. I hope it is clear. Then we have another numerical. We have a 3-storied building in a certain plot of land. The size of the plot is given. The plinth area of each story is given. The rate of the building is given. Per square meter of the plinth area is given. Building is of RCC frame structure, and the future life, the life of the building is given as 80 years. It generates a gross rent or income of rupees 30,000 per month. That is given. Work out the capitalized value of the property on the basis of 6.5% net yield. Okay. Sinking fund, I have to, sinking fund interest is given. I have to calculate the sinking fund. So here, all these things are given. The outgoings are given. The cost of the land is given. Everything is given to us. We shall have to find out what is the capitalized value of the property. So what we have to do, we have to calculate the cost of the building, which is required later. Then we have to calculate the gross income. We have to find out all the outgoings in a year. Then we have to find out what is the net income. Okay, what is the net annual return? Then the net annual return multiplied with years purchase will give us the capitalized value of the building. So let's go through the problem. The same concept is same. We have to find out capitalized value. It is given by years purchase multiplied by the net income. Now in this problem, the net income is not clearly given to us, but all these other data are given. From those data, we shall have to find out the net income. So first thing, gross income. The gross rent per month is
Sir,
given.
sir, sir, some students are trying to join.
Okay. I think they have come, right? Hello, people. Okay. So we shall continue again. So in this problem, all the data, the gross income, the outgoings, the sinking fund, the percentage, all these data are given to us. And we shall have to finally calculate the capitalized value of the property. Now we understand the meaning of the capitalized value of the property. If we are getting some income from the property, from the building, how much money, that means how much money imaginarily, how much money I have in a bank that will give me the same income as the building is giving me, okay, or the property is giving me. So that is our capitalized value of the property. So let's say, or not, let's say all these data is given, so we don't have to worry about it. Let's calculate the net income. So the gross income that is given, rupees 30,000 per month. So per year multiplied by 12. This is our gross income per year. Done. Then there are different outgoings. It is told that for repairs, we shall have to spend 8% of the gross income. We just calculate what is the 8% of the gross income. Then municipal tax is given 18%. We calculate municipal tax, how much it will be, 18% of the gross income. Property tax 5%, we calculate. Management charges 6%, we calculate. Some other charges at 2%, that is also we calculate. Okay, now comes sinking fund. Remember sinking fund? It is a money that we shall have to keep aside throughout the lifespan of the building, so that at the end of the life of the building, I have the money that I spent on constructing the building. Okay, I have recovered the money that we spent on building the structure. Okay, so this is sinking fund. I'm creating a fund. We are putting aside a sum of money every year or every month, so that at the end of the life of the building, we have the amount, we have the money that we spend on constructing the facility, the structure, the property, whatever. So this was the formula. I is the sinking fund that we shall have to keep every year. We shall to keep aside every year. The S is the capital, the money that we want to accumulate. This will be the amount that was used for constructing the building. So we have calculated this one. What is the cost of the building? It was a 3-storied building. Okay, it was a 3-storied building, 400 square meter plinth area per floor. Then 5,000 rupees, 5,000 per square meter of the plinth area. So we find out what is the total plinth area, 3-story multiplied by 400 square meter in each floor. giving us the total plinth area in the building multiplied by 5,000, that is the rate per plinth area. This is the total cost of the building. Now this amount we want to generate at the end of the, or we want to save, we want to accumulate at the end of the life of the building. So we go back to our formula. We shall have to remember this formula. So S is the capital that I want to accumulate, that is this 60 lakhs. I is the rate of interest, 4%. Then this, it is I is same, N is the lifespan. Okay, I will keep money for 80 years because 80 years is the lifespan of the building, and that gives me, this is the sinking fund. So every year I have to keep aside this much amount from the gross income. Okay, from the gross income, all these expenditures are going out, right? The gross incomes is coming, all the charges, all the taxes, these are going out, and also the sinking fund is going out because I will have to keep aside differently. I'm not going to use it, right, in some other purpose. I have to keep aside differently, so these are also outgoing. So therefore, we calculate all the outgoings, we add all the taxes, charges, and the sinking fund, we get some amount. From there, the net annual return will be gross income minus total outgoings. Okay, gross income minus total outgoings. This will give us the net annual return. Now, from here, what we will do, capitalized value of the building, net income multiplied by years purchase. So that is this value. The net income I have 100 divided by, why did I do 6.5? If I'm keeping this 6, this will be 6. Okay, one moment, let's go back, let's go back, let's go back, let's go back. Sinking. Okay, in the question it was 6.5. Work out the capitalized value 6.5. So here I should have written 6.5% is net yield. It's correct here, but here I missed 6.5. So the net income multiplied by years purchase. What is years purchase? How much money I still have to keep in a bank to get rupees 1 as interest, or rupees 1 as an income. So this is years purchase, and how much money I will generate. What is my net income? This is my net income. Net income multiplied by years purchase will give me this much amount is there in the bank, which is giving me this net income. Okay, for rupees 1 I still have to keep years purchase. To get this one, 2,36,000, I shall have to keep 39 lakhs. Okay, that 39 lakhs 41,000 is the capitalized value of the building. Okay, if the building is giving me this much earning, it is almost equivalent that I have 39 lakhs 41,000 in bank, which is giving me the same amount as an interest. So this is done. So this is the capitalized value of the building. Then there will also be value of the plot, right? So there is 400 square meter plot size at the rate of 400 per square meter. So I multiply, okay, this is my value of the plot. So finally, total value of the property, the capitalized value of the building plus the value of the plot is the total value of the property. Okay, so that is done. I hope it's clear. If there is some issue, please tell me. Then we will go to one more problem. Okay. So there is another question. There is a building. The plot is given 500 square meter. Built up portion is given 20 meter by 15 meter. First class building, all these facilities, water supply, sanitary, electrical fittings, etc. are there. Age of the building is 30 years. That means it has been 30 years since the building was constructed. Then we have to work out the valuation of the property. Now we have to find out what is the value of the property. We have to find out how much depreciation has occurred. Okay. Okay, okay, I made a mistake here. Again, typing. Plinth area rate of depreciation is 1%. Cost of land is rupees 3,000. Plinth area rate, I will correct this one. There is a plinth area rate, something rupees 12,000 is the plinth area rate. Okay, so I made a mistake in the question again. I will correct it and then post. So first, what is the total plinth area of the building? Okay, total plinth area is 20 by 15. 300 square meter. We are not told about the number of floors. So this is our total plinth area that will give us the cost of the building. Plinth area multiplied by the rate per square meter will give us the cost of the building. So we got one value, 36 lakhs. Then this is the formula to find out the depreciated value of the property. Now what are these things? The D will give us the depreciated value. P is the cost at the present market value. That is this one that we just evaluated. Then RD is the rate of depreciation. R is for rate and D is for depreciation. That is why we write RD. So 100 minus RD divided by 100 to the power N. Okay, this is to the power, not multiplied by. Okay, please don't make a mistake of thinking it's a multiplied. It's to the power. The N is the number of years the building has been constructed. That means the age of the building. That is the how many years we shall have to calculate the depreciation. Since the building is constructed, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, it is going to depreciate, right? Slowly. So that N is the 30 years, the number of years the building has been constructed. So you use the formula. P is 36 lakhs. This is 100. RD is 1. Given at 1% it is depreciating. And 30 is the life. I'm sorry, not the life. 30 is the number of years the building has been constructed. So that will give us how many depreciation has occurred in the building. Then cost of the land. Cost of the land, and then this is the total value of the proper building. Okay, this is the depreciated value multiplied by the cost of the land will give us the valuation of the property. Then there are few theories here. Okay, so these are easy. If someone is okay, so an owner, if you have some property, we do it all the time, right? People do it all the time. They can put it as a security. Okay, you have a property, you have a piece of land, you can put it as a security with a bank or some financial institution and you can get loan. Okay, so the person who takes the loan is the mortgager, and the person who is mortgagee, they will know these things. This is just theory. I have put it here. You just study the theory. No need to explain here. Then if you pay the loan with interest, you can free your property. We know these things. Then there are two types of property: freehold property and leasehold property. Freehold property is that type of property where you are the owner and you are using your property. So if you are the owner, you can do whatever you want, but within the rules and regulations of the government. Okay, so that is freehold property. You are the owner, you can construct building, you can do farming, whatever you want you can do. But if you, we know these things, right? If you are going to construct a building there, then you shall have to follow the rules and regulations of the government. If it's coming under some municipality development authority, then you have to follow the building bylaws. You know that already, right? So yes, you are the owner, you can do whatever you want, but you have to follow the rules and regulation of the government and local authorities. So that is freehold property. Okay, then leasehold property. What is leasehold property? You are not the owner. You have taken it from someone else. So in a lease, in an agreement, in a lease agreement, you have taken the land from someone else. You are not the real owner. So you cannot do whatever you want. There is some agreement. In the agreement, you have mentioned that I will do this, I will do that. Okay. That only you can do. So if you want to do something, you shall have to take permission from the real owner. So this is leasehold property. So the person who takes the lease is this one. The owner is lessor. These are there. Then there are two main types of lease. One is building lease. The owner of the freehold land leases out the plot to someone to construct a building. Okay. So you are the owner of the plot. You have given it to someone else. Okay. You have said that, okay, you take this land, you construct a building here, you operate, and you pay me some fees. Okay. There is a building lease. Then an occupation lease. Now in the occupation lease, you are the owner, you constructed a building or facility, then you give the lease. Then you give it for use to someone else. That someone else will come, will make an agreement with you to use the building that you have constructed and will pay you monthly or annually a certain amount of money. That is occupation lease. Okay, so we see these kind of things here also near this Deepurbil area. A lot of industries are coming up, right? There are a lot of facilities are there. So what they are doing, the owners are giving away the land. The people who are doing business there, they construct the buildings, they construct the facilities, and they pay money to the real owner. Okay, that is how it is going on. Now easement are called the rights that you will enjoy in your property over the adjoining property. Okay, so there are some terms, please see these terms. So you can use the air and light coming from other property, so that is an easement right. Obviously the one who is your neighbor cannot block the light and air coming to your property, cannot complain about that, right? You can access, if you have the access to use the adjoining owner's land, that will also be termed as easement right. Okay, you can run and maintain water and drainage if there is natural drainage going through your plot to the neighbor's plot. The neighbor's plot cannot say that no, you put the water drainage in the other way. No, it's not going to be that way. It has to follow natural drainage. So these are called easement rights. Then there is another concept, fixation of rent. Okay, how we will fix the rent that we want from a certain facility, from a certain building, from a certain plot. So the rent will be fixed on the basis of certain percentage of annual interest on the capital cost and all possible annual expenditures and outgoing. So you are the owner, you want to have some income from the building. Okay, so you are expecting this much amount of income from your building. That is one thing. Then also you have to see how much expenditures are going to occur. That has to be covered by the rent, right? The rent that you will generate, that has to cover the expenditures and your expectation of income. So based on that, we will fix the rent. So the capital cost includes the cost of construction, building cost, sanitary, all these things you did, right? To create the facility, you have constructed the building, you have given water supply, there are electrical installation, all these things, you spend money on them, right? So definitely you want to have something back, you want to have some income, and you have to pay the expenses. So the income that you need plus the expenses, that has to be covered by the rent. So let's see one numerical. There is a building costing around this much, 30 lakhs, that has been constructed on a freehold land, okay, measuring 100 square meter in a city. Prevailing rate of land is given. Determine the net rent of the property if the expenditure on outgoing including sinking fund. All the expenditure including the sinking fund is 1,50,000. It is given. We shall have to calculate the rent. Now, the net return on the building 6% and the land is 4%. This is the income that you want to expect. You are expecting. Cost of construction is given 30 lakhs. Cost of land, let us calculate 100 square meter is the plot. Rate is given. We just have to multiply and get the total cost. Now, net return on the building, we are expecting 6% is net return. So we just have to find out what is 6% of the total cost of the building. We get the value. On the land, we are expecting 4% net return. So we just have to multiply 4% with 4,50,000 and we get our value. So total net return per year, we just have to add, this is total net return. Now this is what we are expecting. This must be our income, right? Then the gross rent shall also have to pay for the outgoings. So the net rent, this should have been net return plus outgoings. This is also net rent. Net rent, yeah, this is also net rent or net return plus the outgoings. This has to be covered by the gross rent. In the total, this has to be covered. So we add them up, and this is the total amount of money that has to be generated through rent in a year. Now, finally, we divide it by 12 to find out what is the monthly rent. Okay, very easy. Then we will see another problem. Please, it's getting longer today. Please don't be. This is the last problem. After this, we will finish. So then in a plot of land, the value of the plot of land is given. There is a building. Total cost of the building is given. All the sanitary, all this installation, this fitting, all these are including is the cost, okay, for creating all the facility. Then there are 8 flats and there are 8 tenants. The owner is expecting 8% return on the cost of construction and 5% on the cost of land. The life of the building is given. Sinking fund will be created on 5% annual basis. So we have to generate the sinking fund. We have to use the formula and find out what is the value for sinking fund. And we shall have to keep it as outgoing. Remember, sinking fund, we have to keep aside so that at the end of the life of the building, we have that money. So this is outgoing. Then there is annual repairs and other outgoings are given at 30%. So let's see. Net return on land, total value of the land is given. We still have to find out what is 5% of the total value. We get one value. Net return on the building, total value of the building is given, including all the facilities. 8% of what is that value, we have to find out. We get one value. So this is total net return on building and on land that we are expecting as owners. So this is total net return that we are expecting, that we require. Then what are our expenditures? Annual repair, 1.5% on the cost of the building. We have to just find out what is 1.5% of the total cost of construction. Then we have to create sinking fund. Now we know the formula. How much money we shall have to keep aside every year, we have to find out. S is the total cost of the construction. Okay, we want to find out, we want to accumulate this much amount of money. Right, we want to accumulate this much amount of money, so it's here. Then I is the rate of interest, it's given to us, and all these things are there. N is the life of the building, 75 years, it is given to us. So we find out, okay, this much amount of money we shall have to keep aside every year, so that at the end of the life of the building we have this value. Done. Then all other outgoings, 30% on net return. Okay, this is on net return. So 30% on net return. In the earlier one, we found out the net return, right? Net return on building. So this was on net return on the building. So just we have to find out what is the 30% of this. We got this value. Now we have to add them up. All the expenditures, we add them up. Then what will be the gross rent, the net rent or net return, but added with the outgoings. This is going to be our gross rent. And the gross rent is calculated on per annum basis throughout the year. So we have to calculate what is the rent per month. So when we take out gross rent and divide it by 12, that is also called as standard rent. So gross rent divided by 12, this is our standard rent per month. Done? Then standard rent per month per flat. How many flats we had? We had 8 flats. This should have been 8 flats. If we do that, this is going to be our answer. Okay, so that much it today. So is there anything that you want to ask? Is there anything that I should repeat? Please tell me, otherwise we will end here. Okay, if not, we shall end here. With this, the chapter of valuation is over. After this, we have another chapter of tenders and